It's the top of the table Group B clash in the 2026 High CC T20 Cricket World Cup for women between England and the West Indies at the home of cricket, Lords in London, England. West Indies captain Ailey Matthews won the toss and asked England to take first strike. And despite losing a wicket in their first over, after 10 overs, they are now 86 for 2. Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum, the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I really thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your company, and I look forward to your comments and your live interaction as we go through this watch along. Please become a member of our club on Patreon and join the discussion. West Indies, after winning the toss, start with Chinel Henry. She conceded 2 boundaries in her first 3 deliveries. But on the 4th delivery, she pitched up one to, just a minute, she pitched up one to the England opener who came on the front foot and edged it to Muma at short third man. That's Affle Fletcher. Then in the 4th over of the innings, Ashmina Munisar bowled a straight one to Dunkley. She looks to sweep and she was out plumb leg before it hit the middle of middle stump. Fletcher have bowled 1 over so far and have conceded 10 runs, and she will bowl over number 11 for the West Indies. Chinel Henry on the screen there, as you see, she was poor, very poor. Matthews set an offside field for her, and I don't know if the occasion at Lords got to her, but she banged the ball into the pitch and it was swung away, cut away. She was just poor. 2 overs, conceded 25 runs despite her getting the wicket. One could assume that probably Affle Fletcher, a more alert fielder at short third man, would have taken another catch. But nonetheless, Henry was all over the shop with her bowling. Wyatt Hodge was the second highest score in the tournament thus far. Bowls hit over the top, dunks to the fielder on the cover boundary. Jazara Claxton misfield, and that must be the first time she has misfield thus far, and allows the batters to come back for 2. She has been outstanding in the field since the start of this game. Absolutely outstanding. And I don't know if it's just as we start the watch along, she chose to say, wow, they start the watch along. So she probably got nervous that I'm here, because I heard that I'm making some West Indies players nervous. That's what they said. But Jazara Claxton have been very, very outstanding in the field today. And that misfield was her first blemish, as this one is swung away by Affle Fletcher down towards deep mid-wicket, and they will come back for 2. The score is now 90 for 2 after 10.2 overs. 4 runs conceded out of the over thus far. I really appreciate everyone that is here. I thank you very much for joining the broadcast, and we wish the best for the West Indies team. 90 for 2 after 10.2. Fletcher. She's over the wicket, bowls high in the air, chance. This must be a chance. Let's see it drop short of who is that coming off the boundary, Chinel Henry. And they got a singer. As she looks to sweep, it took the top edge of the bat and it went high in the air. But it fell short of Chinel Henry. She was going across her crease looking to sweep. She followed her. I always wondered why, when the batsmen move so far across their crease, you don't fire in a full Yorker. Fletcher bowls off the back foot, go capsy. She cannot beat cover. And there is no run. The score remains at 91 for 2 after 10.4. This England team have scored 200 in the tournament twice. So they have breached 200 in the tournament twice. High in the air. This must be a chance to mid-wicket now. Oh, again, it dropped short of Alia Lane. She too has been brilliant in the field. The boundary riders for the West Indies have been brilliant. She also bowled well, except for one delivery, and that was on the instruction of Matthews. And I was saying to myself, why is Matthews telling Alia Lane to bowl short? And she bowled short to Capsy, and Capsy duly, was it Capsy or Wyatt Hodge? I think it was Wyatt Hodge. And she duly pulled it down to mid-wicket for 4. And that was the only bad ball that she bowled out of the 11 deliveries, out of the 12 deliveries that she bowled. And it was at the instruction of the captain why she bowled that bad ball. 93 for 2. The captain asked her to bowl short. She set the field for the short ball and was asked to bowl short, and that's what happened. What did I say? 93 for 2? No, I'm way behind if I said 93 for 2. It's trying to catch up here. It's way behind. What does that mean today? What is happening to my feed? It's not 93 for 2. It's a it's yes, I'm way behind. I think I'm catching up now. It's 102 for 2. We are in over number 12. Ramharack comes in. She swept it away down past the Fletcher at short fine leg, and Dottin has to come around from off the backward square leg boundary and cleaned up, and they come back for 2. So it's 94 for 2. Sorry, it's 104 for 2. What's happened to me today? It's 104 for 2. My apologies. 104 for 2, and I'm Patrick Lambert, welcome. Banana Brooks, welcome. Shirley Samuels, as a long time I haven't heard you. Yes, thank you, Shirley Samuel. She's in the US listening. Thank you. It's a long time. It's a very long time. So I was way behind here. I don't know why my feed was so. Ramharack bows in the air, down towards long on. This must be a chance. Wicket gone. Henry took the catch. And there's no histrionic about it. Let's leave it at that. There's no issue. She took the catch comfortable, and West Indies have got the breakthrough. As Capsey being out of the bowling of Ramharack. So she have picked up 1 for 18 from 1.5 overs. They are 104 for 3 after 11.5 overs. 104 for 3 after 11.5 overs. Yes, I was making the point that this England team have breached 200 twice in the tournament, and unless West Indies bowl them out, they're going to breach 200 again today, because they do not ease up. They go hard and they go hard and they go hard. You have to bowl them out, and they will breach 200 again today, and it will take a big batting effort from the West Indies team for us to get close to that total. So we'll see what happens. 3 wickets gone down. We can probably bowl them out. Let's hope so. But if we don't, they're going to make 200. Now, yes, Alia Lane has been bowled. She bowled well. Also, Jazara Claxton has been brilliant in the outfield. Alia Lane, 2 overs have gone for only 10 runs. And as I said, one of the 4 came off her bowling, and it was on the instruction of the captain who asked her to bowl a delivery shot, and it was pulled away down to deep backward square leg for 4. So let's say 105 for 3 now. That was a wide. So Ramharack, they're just guilty of bowling a wide. So we'll go again. It comes in bowls, and that looks to pull. She pulled it away down backward of square leg for 4. It's 4 more to the total. 109 now for 3 at the end of the over number 12. Ramharack conceding 23 runs from her 2 overs. And once again, this is the Ramharack has not eaten her stride again. What I'm very impressed, what I'm comfortable with, and is something that I have suggested many times in the past, and I'm glad to see them doing it, is that they are not trying anything with the bowling. There was a time up front they used to try some bowlers to get in the overs. And I made the point to Shane Diaz, if you bowl your best bowlers, you are more likely to get the wickets and don't need to bowl your 20 overs. When you save back your best bowlers, you start from a defensive position. What you need to do is to start from an attacking position. Ali Lane comes in, board shy at the stump. Is a chance for a run out? Was it late? So Alain bowls to Wyatt Hodge, who swings it to mid-on. It travels slowly to mid-on. Henry picks up it down the stump, but the batters reach. Oh, she misses the stump. If she had hit it, it would have been out. Oh, she misses the stump. So what is going on there? It's clearly missed. I thought I saw the bails fly, but I apparently I never saw that. So it's a 5-4 field. Heather Knight, is this the first time Heather Knight batting in the tournament? So they have gone to the veteran. Alain comes in now, bowls to Heather Knight, who edged this down to third man for another run. So one more to the total. Alain in her third over. This is over number 13. And it's over number 13. And Alain is bowling her third over and over number 13. What that's tell you? It tells you that the West Indies team is under pressure. Yeah, that's what it means. Alain comes in, bowls, a slower delivery. Hyatt Watt swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So Campbell is going to decide to come up to the stump. I'm just checking there. There's so many replays that is being shown, and you can expect a lot of replay being shown when England is batting. It will also a lot of replay show when they are bowling. So they're going to show you what the English batswomen are doing. They're going to show you what they are doing in the field. Alain comes in, full toss. This is a no ball. It gone. Let's see. Comes around. I hope it's not a full toss, no ball. I just hope so. No signal from the umpire. So it's good, it's legitimate. It was dropping before. Let's see. It's it's harsh. Oh, you can't give that no ball because she was way out of her crease and the ball was dipping. So it's a legitimate ball. She went for the full delivery down the leg side, swept away for 4. Bad delivery. So that's the second. She just losing it here. Full toss followed by a bad delivery down the leg side. 4 runs there. She just losing it, and she's a very emotional young lady. And although 7 runs gone from 5 deliveries in the over, it's not a bad over on the face of it. Although Munisar should have stopped that ball at short fine leg, but it's a bad delivery. Munisar should have stopped it. It was a bad delivery though. But the fielders are there to help out the bowlers and to put pressure on the batting team and to prevent runs. Alain comes in, bowls to Wyatt Hodge, covers up into the offside, and there is no run. So 3 overs for 17 runs. You'll take that any day. She's not a robot. She's going to bowl bad delivery. Just 7 runs from the over. 3 overs for 17 runs. Good bowling there by Alain. And the 2 bowlers who are really bowling well are Alain and Ashmini Munisar. They are the 2 bowlers that are bowling well. So it's going to be interesting. After this, we will have the strategic timeout, and they have brought back Munisar. Her 2 overs went for 17 runs there. I would like to think that Dottin dropped the catch at backward point of Munisar bowling when Wyatt had drove it, went into the air. She got her hands to it, but was unable to hold on to it. Very strange from Munisar, and I always wonder. She tosses the ball with her left hand and she bowls with her right hand down the pitch, driven down to long on for a singer. The fielder comes across. That's Janelle Henry. They stay on 1. What happened there? They got 2. I don't know. Janelle Henry came across. It looked very comfortable, and she sends the return in. And after she sent the return in, I saw the batswoman going for 2 high in the air, down towards deep backward square leg. Let's see 1 bounce 4. They stepped across the line. I told you, this English team, they go hard and they go hard. You have to bowl them out. So you cannot be giving them extra run with poor fielding. Still doesn't know what caused the second run, but clearly they were in their crease. They're 2nd and 1. Chinel Henry had the ball in her hands, sending the return, and then they went for another single. There was some, well, they don't call it overthrow anymore. So that's why I'm not using the word overthrow, because that's not the term for it anymore. But we have not seen the replay of what happened. But I can tell you that England are 122 for 3. Short third man, backward point, a sweep on the cover boundary, extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg, and a short fine leg. So it's a 5-4 field with the short fine leg, and then you have the deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. She bowls and she looks to swing it, take it on the pad. She followed her and she missed completely the full toss. And so on the offside, you have the short third man, you have the backward point, then you have the sweep on the cover boundary, you have the extra cover, and you have the mid-off. So it's a 5-4 field. Ashmini Munisar, she has been good. She's round the wicket, down the pitch, full toss, it away, straight to the field, that extra cover. The return comes in poor from Matthews. Good work by Chanel Campbell, was able to throw down the stump, but I think the batter got home. We will watch the replay. 7 runs from this over so far is Ashmini Munisar, 3rd over, 2.4 overs, 1 for 24. She's under pressure, 123. I'm just so happy for these girls, you know, playing at Lords. Oh, they must be so happy. They must feel so good, and I'm really glad and happy for them to be, you know, they're playing at Lords, and one really hope that they soak up the atmosphere before the match, because you have to soak up the atmosphere before the match, because if you don't enjoy it after the match, if you lose, you would have let an opportunity goes by. That one pulled away down to backward of square leg. Dottin field, send the return on the bounce to Campbell. The score goes up by 1 to 124 for 3. We still don't know what happened, why they got that extra run. So as I told you earlier, you know, this day is UNICEF Day over. Munisar comes in high in the air, long off in business. Let's see. Oh, what happened there? Manny Mangru, what did Manny Mangru do? Because she was running back. And we'd love to see the replay, but we'd love to think that Manny Mangru misjudged this catch. She came down the pitch, she hit it high in the air, down towards long on. Let's see. What we'd really like to see what happened there, because Manny Mangru was running back, but it's the strategic timeout, so they will be coming out now to give the players some instruction. Yeah, I was making the point that I really hope that the West Indies players for this match. Ramharack made it clear yesterday that some of them would have played at Lords before, but some of them would not have. And so I'm wondering if it got to Chinel Henry, because she was so all over the place, and there's so and maybe Henry did not adjust to that slope. And her 2 overs went for 25 runs, and she was very poor, you know, very poor. I just don't know. And Henry doesn't seem to be performing for the West Indies the way she performed in T20 franchise leagues around the world, you know. And with only 2 bowlers bowling well today, is it one of those days that you go to one of your part-time and say, give me an over and see it's going? Is it one of those days that you go to Glasgow or you go to Dutton? You know, because Matthews is not going well, Henry is not going well, Ramharack not going well, Fletcher not going well. Do you go to Dutton and say, give me an over, Dutton? Or do you go to Jazara Claxton and say, give me an over? Or do you stick to your best bowlers and hope that they deliver? It's a it's a scenario. I would be really interested to hear what you think about it. Do you stick to your your better bowlers and said you are the better bowlers, you have to deliver, or do you? It's time now to try something. To to try something. Because when your best bowlers are not delivering, you have to go to the part timers. But you don't go to your part timers up front. You go to your part timers in situations like these when your better bowlers are not getting the ball off the park. That's the time you go to your part timers. And for me, Alain have one leave, Munisar have one leave. I wouldn't bowl out Alain. I want Alain to bowl the last over. I'm going back to Fletcher. You know, Fletcher has been getting so many wickets for the West Indies over the last 2 years. So I'd go back to Fletcher. And oh well. So they are back with Fletcher. They have gone back to Fletcher. Yes. 9.14 is the run rate. 9.14. So they have gone back to Fletcher. So it's the same feel with they have the long off though. Instead of the feel at cover, they have the long off. Edge down towards third man, Ramharack giving chase as the leg break turn across the right hander who poke at it. And Ramharack somehow pulled it back, sends the return in, and they think they come back for 3. So good running there by this English team. They run hard, they bat hard, they don't ease up. So Knight is on 13 from 16. The leg break gripped and it turned, and it would have been a comfortable catch for first slip, but you don't have first slip in the game at this time. I hope Ramharack didn't hurt herself there. She clearly have not practiced the slide. So here is Fletcher now. He's going to come in. She's going to bowl to Wyatt Hodge, who have scored a century in the tournament so far. Outside the half stump, she allows the wide to go through and allow the umpire to signal wide. It's 132 for 3. 132 for 3. She allowed the ball to just turn across her. Fletcher comes in, bowls to Wyatt Hodge in the air. Must be a catch. Oh, she dropped short again. And they're going to come back for 2. No, they stay on 1. Good work from Janela Glasgow coming off the long off boundary. That was high in the air again as she looks to sweep. And Glasgow came charging off the long off boundary, but just could not get there. 133 for 3, 14.2 have been bowled. So short third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, long off. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg and a short fine leg. Down the pitch, turn it into the onside. Fletcher will prevent the 2. So 1 more to the total. So this over is not a bad over by Fletcher. Although that first ball went for 3, it was a genuine edge as the batter poked forward and then there was a wide. But then the follow-up 2 deliveries have been singles. So 6 from 3 deliveries. She needs to finish well now. Fletcher comes in, bowls, full toss, sit down towards long on the bounce to Henry. And there's a single, 1 more to the total, 135 for 3. And Glasgow is chatting away and motivating, keep the motivation going. So let's watch now as same feel as she comes in now. She's going to bowl to Edda Knight, the veteran, the former captain. She bowls Knight off the back foot, can't beat backward point. That's a dot delivery. Why do you need to send that in like that? The batters are in their crease. Why do you need to send in that return like that? Who is that at backward point? There was no reason for that. They are in their crease. They're not running. Lob it to the keeper. It was a poor return, Fletcher comes in down the pitch, hit in the air, caught, dropped by Matthews. Wow, big drop, and then she sends the return in a poor return, and they go through for another. And these things hurt me, It hurt me. Disappointed in the drop catch. I'm always going to be disappointed in the drop catch. That's not what hurt me. Is that you drop the ball, you pick it up, You don't look what you're doing. You're just sending the return nowhere near the bowler, nowhere near the stump, nowhere near the keeper, and the team get another run. At least, man, you drop the catch already. Make sure what you do, you are in control of it now. You just can't just pick up the ball and shite like that. So Matthews needed was to do better there. She needs to show more control and more restraint, and she needs to show calmness. She's going to bowl her third over. She's over the wicket. She bowls to Eda Knight, who reverse sweep taken on the pad. They should appeal. It's running down towards fine leg. That's Fletcher who picks up. They will stay on 2 this time. The return comes in. They should review. I think they should review. You know, that looks close to me. So it was a dolly. She just picked up the ball and she just shied it away. Just looking at it, dropped. She just picked up the ball and she just shied it away. 2 leg by. I think they should. I'd be very interested to see the replay of that. She comes in, bowls to Knight, and Knight turns this down to long on. They run hard for the first one. Will they come back for 2? Henry cannot prevent it. Oh, again, Matthews did not collect cleanly. We're going to see what happened here with the replay. It was not the best of return. It came in on the bounce from Henry. She was a little slow there, Henry. But then she sends in the return, and we're going to see here now, is the captain under pressure? Is she losing her cool? Because that return, we're going to see if she had taken it cleanly, what would have happened. 140 for 3, Matthews short, pulled away by Knight. Down towards backward square leg, work for the fielder, she won't get there, 144 for 3. Knight moves up to 21, Ayat moves up to 45. So not a good spell, not good from the West Indies in this match. England going very hard. Very, very hard here. And they will continue to go hard. We're maybe looking at 200. The good thing about it, this is a good batting pitch though. You know, down the pitch comes Knight, played it back to Matthews who field, and there is no run. I really think the slope of the Lord's pitch, I think the slope of the Lord's pitch really, you know, is undoing the West Indies bowlers, especially those who have not played. Chance to run out, yes, well done. Finally, Glasgow picks up, sends in the return. And I think is Wyatt Hodge who has been run out for 65, or was it Knight that turned back? We're going to look and see. I think it's Wyatt Hodge. Yes, Wyatt Hodge gone for 65, and so she won't follow up and make another 100 against her. The ball played into the offside. They decide to go for a wing run. Good work by Glasgow at backward point. Control right over the top of the stump. And so Campbell broke the stump, and West Indies picked up their 4th wicket. England 144 for 5 in over number 16. 144 for 5 in over number 16. So really, it was good, but I just think that the team need to calm down. Just calm down a little. I think we're throwing the ball when we don't have to be throwing it, and so on. And so we just need to calm down a little. So Hodge gone. Kemp is the new batter. 144 for 4. That's a long room at Lords. You know, new experience. Is the experience at Lords getting to the players? You know, I don't think we are at our best, you know. And I keep on repeating myself, but I have to. Why do you need to throw the ball unnecessarily? I just can never understand. She's round the wicket to Kemp, who is a left-hander, who tuck it into the onside. They run hard for the first one. They touch down, and they're coming back for 2, and they will get it comfortable. Oh, they stop. Oh, good work by Manny Mangu. I thought they would come back for the second, but Manny Mangu did a lot of work coming off the long on boundary there and restrict them to 1 because they're turning on. Well, they look a bit of cowardness there because they turned before Mangu had the ball in her hand. And is it a case that because Wyatt Hodge was just run out, then because they turned before? And they probably decide that they won't take the chance. West Indies need to keep picking up wickets. We definitely, if we don't keep picking up wickets, we'll be chasing a huge total, very huge total here. So we definitely need to to continue to pick up some wickets. So I want to thank everyone in the chat. Jamor Small, big up Trinidad and Tobago Writers Guide. How you doing? Good to have you here. I Straight, Patrick Lambert, Manor Park, Garth Ains. We welcome all of you. We appreciate you. I know I've not been taking your comment, but you'd appreciate that the cricket is going fast and furious. And, you know, there are persons who are at work and are listening. They can't watch the game. And there are persons who are visually impaired. You know, that community always reach out to me and tell me how much they appreciate it. And I know they want to watch every ball, but it was a good bit of work by Glasgow, you know. So and so Canberra kept her cool. And after that bad miss by Matthews in the previous over, finally we got the wicket off Hodge. I wouldn't want her to double up. Fletcher comes in, bowls to Eda Knight, and Eda Knight forced that into the onside. Let's see if they will prevent the two this time. Oh, Henry cannot prevent it. Cannot prevent it. You know, she just cannot. She just look unfit to me. You know, that's my opinion. She looks unfit to me. She looks to be carrying a little more weight than usual. You know. So we're gonna look now as Knight is on strike. 23 from 15. There's a backward point. There's a point. There's no third man. It's almost like a leg gully and then a backward point, as this one is eased down to long off for a single by Knight. You know, does Knight have the, you know, one would ask Banana Brooks, does Knight still have that capacity? You know, Knight is from the Taylor era. They when they were growing up, they were like the two star of the women game, the two classic batswomen. Like the innings that Taylor played the other day, does Knight still have it in her? Fletcher comes into the left-handed Kemp, who clipped it in the air down to the fielder coming off the neat mid-wicket boundary. Then I'm going to take a chance with Dutton, who sends the return into the keeper. And it's 150 for 4 after 16.4. We need to continue taking wicket. Yes, so TV and cricket power play. Big up Altina. Yes, it was a good slide, Athena. Oh, Athena, it was what, you know, that's a reverse. That is it, you know. The cricket is coming so quick and fast. It's a woman game, you know. It's come quick and fast. 154. When I said it was a good slide, you know, Athena, I mean it got the job done, but but Athena, we have to wonder, eh? We have to wonder, you know. So I really appreciate your comments, and I really appreciate the comments coming through. I will deal with some during the innings break. Yeah, so because I'm not dealing with any, I'm gonna use the innings break for doing so. The match is coming quick and fast, you know. So end of Fletcher, 4th over. None for 34 today, so that's 8.5. She have gone for 8.5. You know, who do we go with now? 17 overs have been bowled. Munisar have won, captain have won, and Alain have won. Says Munisar, the captain, and Alain. So effectively, Ramharack and Chinel Henry would have shared that 4th over. So no, not Munisar. So I will go with the captain, then Munisar, then Alain. Though that's how I will go. Matthews to Kemp, force it down to long on for a singer. Yeah, so Michael Douglas said that Fletcher and Ailey always bowled out. And it's happening again. So Ramharack and Henry would have shared 4. So in this, you would have Matthews, Alain, Ashwin, Munisar. That in a bit sloppy. They allow the ball to bounce on her knee, but they stay on one. Probably Eda Knight not really interested in coming back. So I think we can restrict them here to under 200, and with 14 deliveries to go, we should be able to restrict them to on a 200, and let's see what had happened. Lords in all its glory. It can hold 31,100, 32,100, out bowled. She went right across her crease. Kemp and Matthews picked up another wicket, and she's saying, stay where you are. Don't bother with the celebration. You know, stay where you are. Let's get going. The last thing we want to do is for time. It's for time to be the issue. As the left-handed Kemp went right across her crease, looking to sweep that, come off the gloves and hit back the stump. Matthews got another wicket. She moves up to 8, and she's very, very happy about that. Knight is the glue between the openers and lower middle order, but for me, she's like the glue that stayed in the bottle too long, said Banana Brooks. And that's why I was asking, I'm fully aware of that, or she, but does she has the ability, because what I was asking, does she has the ability to play like a Stephanie Taylor like innings anymore? There was a time when she could. She walked in at number 3, and you wonder how you're going to get her out, or how you're going to stop her from scoring. But these days, does she still has that ability to play like a Stephanie type innings? So I really appreciate everyone that is here. So here's Ailey Matthews now. She comes in, bowls to Gibson, short, Gibson pulls, down back with a square leg, straight to Dottin. She picks up cleanly this time. The score goes up by 1. It's 157 for 5. This is good from the West Indies, Good. Sorry about that. 157 for 5. The score goes up to 157 for 5. Matthews. Reverse sweep by Knight through the gap, and it runs away down to the boundary for 4. She pierced the gap, then short third man and backward point, and it goes down to the boundary for 4 as the reverse sweep came out and into the boundary for 4. 4 more to the West Indies, 4 more to England. So we see our friend from Trinidad joining us. We appreciate it from the Guild. Yeah, I think some from Trinidad and Tobago Writers Guild. A good shot there between short third man and backward point, and good images from the drone. Matthews round the wicket, the final delivery for a spell. Knight down the wicket and chipped it down to deep mid wicket. Good work again, coming off the boundary. Jazara Claxton. She has fielded well today. There was one mistake that she made and allowed the batswoman to come back for 2. But again, she's human being. But generally overall, she has been absolutely brilliant in the field today. Jazara Claxton. I think she have gotten the talk to. You remember in the last match I said that they need to talk to her, give her a talk to, and because it was clear that because she was not getting the ball to bowl, her effort in the field wasn't 100%, and to me, she have gotten that talk to, because today her effort in the field has been 100%, and she has 100%, 110%. She has been good. So I expect Ashwin Munisar to bowl this over, and then Alain will bowl the final one. That's what I expect. Well, they're giving Alain number 19. Wow. Give Alain number 19? So you're going to go with Munisar does a bowl out. Munisar bowl 3. Ramharack bowl 2. Henry bowl 2. Alain, she's going to come in now. Bowls tonight. She's in. Knight edge. Oh, very unlucky. Very unlucky. She just edged it, and because the keeper was up, she couldn't take the catch, and it runs away down to third man for 4. This is one of the things with T20 cricket. Genuine edge, no slipped in place, wide of the keeper. Gone to third man for 4. Boy, well bowl Alain, but it's dollar. They got to say dollar Knight there. So 4 runs there. So, she's complaining, but you can't complain about that, Alain. Alain comes in, bowls tonight. She's in. Knight, get a full toss, taken on the body. They're going to come through. Well done, Campbell. Well done. She didn't shy at the stump. She never shied at the stump, because the batters were looking to run a leg by, and then they changed their mind, and she didn't shy at the stump and gave up that extra run. Look, they're charging down. Alain couldn't get back to the stump, so she didn't need to shy at the bowler's end. And because she moved from behind the stump, she wouldn't shy at her stump. So Let's watch now as there's a short third man in place. Let's watch. And the backward point. The sweeper is on the cover boundary. Elaine bowls to Knight. She's in full Knight in the air. Over the top. Down 1 bounce, 2 bounce for 4 over wide extra cover. You know, this is the time of the innings. She missed her length there. She need to go a little fuller. Knight used her feet. She pulled it down, but Knight was still able to get to the length where she wants. She probably needed to pitch it up anymore, and it turns into an off volley, and she just scream it over the top down to the boundary. There she are using her feet, trying to get to Elaine. Elaine should have bowled gone full. She just missed her length, I think, there. But with 5 wickets in hand and 2 overs to go, let's see how she get over this. 9 deliveries to go. She need to get out of this over good, you know. Elaine comes in, bowls to Knight, back off a length, slower delivery. She pulls it down to back with a square leg. Let's see how far this will run. Go, my screen froze. It froze, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if Datin gets a run from backward square leg or Ashwin Munisa run it down. I just don't know. We'll see what happened as my screen froze there, and just waiting for it to. I don't know, it just froze just like that. Thank everyone for watching. So you see, it's 171 for 5. 171 for 5. 172 now for 5. So that delivery did go for 4. 172 for 5. Elaine have conceded 27 runs off 3.5 overs. She needs to end well here now for the West Indies. Let's hope she ends well. That's my screen freezing, man. How can that be at this time? So, yeah, well, we're back up now. So 1 delivery. Oh, it froze again. 1 delivery left in the spell. Okay, it's back up and running. Oh, why is this glitch coming? Oh, outside is overcast? But there's a glitch again. It's buffering. I think buffering is the word. So 172 for 5. 2 fours out of the over, 2 singles. Not a bad over to concede 10 off the 19. This delivery will determine whether it's a good over or it's a bad over. But conceding 10 off the 19th over when the opposition is only 5 wickets down, this delivery will determine. A 6 will spoil the over, a 4 will spoil the over, 2 not be so bad, a wicket would be a great over. They're taking a long time over the field setting. So here's it now. We'll see what happened. She's in, she bowls tonight, loud appeal, chance to run out, she's run out. Well done. I think she's run out, but I think she's out leg before, you know. They should check the leg before, but great work by Campbell as the ball cannon into the pad. Knight leave her crease. Campbell was quick from behind the stump. She shied down the stump at the batswoman end because backward point and short third man was backing up so she could throw at the stump. So even if she missed, so a wicket out of the over, 172 for 6. I think they should check it because maybe Elaine got the wicket and it's not the run out, because that looked very straight to me. And it's the second time I'm seeing an English batter where it looks very straight and the West Indies have not checked it. I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate you. They are at the homes of cricket. 192 for 6. I would love to see the replay. You see, that took her on the pad. Good work by Campbell. Clear run out. So good work by Campbell. It's a good over by her. It's a good over by Alia Lanes. 10 out of over number 19. When the opposition is only 5 wickets down and you're bowling to a class player like Eda Knight, she probably doesn't still have the power. But you see there, 43 from 26 deliveries. She was manipulating the bowling. And when you consider that the first ball that Elaine bowled was a genuine edge that went down to third man for 4. It was a good spell, 27 from her 4 overs. So it's going to be very interesting. I would thought that Munisa would have bowled the 19, but you're going to see who's going to get the 20. Is it Chinel Henry? She has so much faith in Munisa to give her the last over. This is risky for me, you know. Really want to see who. That's the home of cricket. That's the long room. The West Indies batters will be walking through it. When Test cricket is playing, that room is full and you have to walk through it. Again, The captain is the captain. She knows what she's doing. I want to have faith in her, as this one was wide down the leg side from Munisar. She's under a lot of pressure to bowl this last over, you know. And that's why I would have given her 19th. I would not have given her 20, you know. I would have to go with Elaine for 20. That is in my, that's how I would have done it. Not that Elaine didn't bowl a good 19th over, almost great 19th over. 10 runs and a wicket. You know, Munisar is it though. She comes in, bowls, swept away by Deans, the standing captain, down to the boundary for 4. So a wide follow-up with a back of a length delivery, which was just swept away by Dean down to the boundary for 4. And this is where, you know, a player like Chinel Henry and Deandra Dottin, this is where that experience that we want from these superstar players, because they are superstar of the women game. Dottin probably is down the other side of the hill, but there's no doubt that Henry, she bowls these overs for her double PL team. And I know that she's going to be bowling these overs for the teams in the 100. This is where you want superstar like those to come up and bowl these last over instead of the experienced Munisar. Reverse sweep again through the gap, down towards the cover boundary for 4 more. So 9 runs off 2 deliveries in this over thus far. Sorry, it was a leg by. The first one was a leg by, so it's 3 deliveries. So 2 boundaries and a leg by. You know, for me, Munisar have cemented her place in the West Indies team. Yes, she has bowled well in these last 2 matches, but to ask the young spinner to bowl the final over of the innings at Lords against the home team, a team that have scored 200 already in the tournament, twice, on 2 occasions they have done it, a team that goes hard, you know, 182 for 6, 10 runs out of the over thus far. It's the same thing with Elaine now. Can she get 2 wickets with the next 2 balls? It would be a great over. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making, this is where, is in situations like these, you need your superstars to stand up, the Dottin and the Chinel Henry, caught by Elaine at cover. So she got a wicket. So she's doing very well in the over. And that's why I'm saying it's a separate point I am making. 182 now for 7 as Munisar picks up her second wicket. 2 for 38 from 3.5. 182 for 7. You know, so she has been bowling well, and I love this over. And as I said, I think she cemented her place in the team. And going forward, is it a case now that Ramharack, who I regarded so highly a year ago, is a place now that she needs to be replaced in the team with a batter on the performance of Munisar, who is that genuine batter that is going to can come in now and take that position. And that's where someone like the young lady from Guyana, somebody like she needs to step up. We need to see something from Rachada Williams or Abigail Bryce, somebody like Abigail Bryce. And the double CPL is going to show us a lot. You know, what's the lady from Guyana name that I'm talking, the opener there, that, you know, the one that they said she has a lot of attitude. And she scored some runs last year. I think she even have a half century in ODI cricket. Michael Douglas will tell me her name. She has a sister, Grimman. Yes. She have a sister who was swept away, down back with a square leg for 4. So 3-4 hours out of the over. Is it a so-so over? Would you take 14 on a wicket if you were told that they were going to score 14 runs out of over number 20? Would you have taken that, you know, and a wicket, you know? So it's a so-so over. It's a so-so over, just right down the middle. I think that over number 19, 10 runs and a wicket is a better over than 14 runs and a wicket. I think that Ashwin Monisar bowled well. 2 for what? 42 from her 4 overs. She bowled well. One of the boundaries that came off her was a drop catch by Dottin at backward point. You know, and to ask her to bowl the last over was always going to be challenging for the young off spinner. And you know, as I said, it's in these situations that you want Chinel Henry and Deandra Dottin to be stepping up with all their experience and their superstar status and bowl a great last over for the West Indies. We need to get 187 to win. I'll go through your comments and then probably play some music just before they start. But let me go through your comments because I've not been reading your comments thus far in the match. I'm so far behind. Why? I shouldn't be behind that white line. I should be up with that white line right there. Oh, but the buffering, yes. So let me. Yeah, I agree with you, Banana Brooks. More manipulation than power. So I'm just going to try and run through Trinidad and Tobago Writers Guild. How you doing? I agree with you going to the part-timers because it brings variety into the equation, which could at least lower the run rate. Well, they didn't choose to go with the part-timer. They stuck with the better bowlers, eh? Yes. England slightly below par if they don't reach 190. Well, we got them out for 186. Well, we restrict them to 186. It was well done by Campbell. Good work. Rory Brown, thanks, Mr. Brown, for this. I appreciate it, Rory. Thanks. I appreciate it very much bringing it to you. Park, I never saw that, you know. What me say to Mr. Brown about 9 months ago about Ramharack, who is offering nothing with the bat or ball. Okay, Park, you win. You win. You know the cricket more than I, so you win. So congratulations, Park, for winning this one. So I'll take a break, just like how they'll take a break. I'll refresh myself, and I'll be here for the start of the West Indies innings, no doubt about that. Let's listen in the meantime to Midsummer Night Dream. I always like this one. Here, Midsummer Night Dream. I played it Sunday, and I'm gonna play it again because I like it. Buffering. Soon start. Midsummer Night Dream. Can we get this score? But I want to hear your views. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Yes, sir. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. And that is one of the reasons why I said earlier that the West Indies girls, that I hope that before the match, they would have soaked up the atmosphere and don't be so stressful about the game, that being at Lords, that they don't really enjoy the experience of being at Lords. Lords is somewhere where every cricket fan wants to go, wherever cricketers want to play. So being at Lords, I really hope that they realize that they don't get it twice, the time of their life, and I really hope that they enjoy it as we get ready to resume play. There's two things that I want to address very quickly. So I see the comments and so on, but Manor Park, Lona, to talk about it and to do it it's a different thing. But as the West Indies batters are coming out, that's Ailey Matthews and with her Deandra Dottin. So the two veterans are on their way to try and get these runs for the West Indies. So I hate this, you know. Why do they need to do that? Why they don't get on with the game and this other thing, and like I don't know what's that for. Why do you concentrate on that? It's just so foolish. But I want to ask Manor Park a question, and I hope that he can answer me. Tell me which bowler in the women game bowled 130 kilometers per hour. I'll be very interesting to know that. And Garth Ains. No, Garth Ains. I do not have an issue with Matthews asking England to bat first, especially what happened in the test match a few weeks ago between New Zealand and England, or the pitch played. And I guess she wanted to see how the pitch play. So I do not have an issue with the West Indies team batting first. Sorry, bowling first after Matthews winning the toss. Though it's a evening game. It's a day and night match. What time is it now? It's 2:22. When you add 6 to that is 8:22 in England. So in London, it's not a case that the sun would have set already. You know, I don't think this it's summer now, so I don't think the sun is set as yet. Because in London, sometime up to 10 o'clock at night, the sun still don't set. So it's bright, bright. Is very bright. So we're gonna watch. Yeah. How you doing, Wafi? Good to see you here, man. You said hot Milo. Did you get indulged with hot Milo? I also need hot Milo for the Brazil game. Then, uh, I only you alone know that about that Manor Park. When, where, and when? Where and when Ishmael Bowl 130? Please tell us. We'll be happy to know where and when. You know, the thing about it with persons like you, Manor Park, is that you just come out and say something without any receipt. Where's your receipt? So just don't tell us that Ishmael Bowl 130 kilometers per hour. Where's the receipt? Just don't. It's modern days now. These are not the days when you're on the street light talking and you can say anything and nobody can research it and you can tell any amount of lie. Tell us, give us your receipt. When? Who did she bowl it to? Who was she playing against? Which ground? Which year? What date? When you tell us that now, we'll look. So the first delivery from Bell, Matthews drive and miss. There's a slip in place. This is the second delivery. It comes in and Matthews cannot beat point. Will they go through for a single? Yes, they have gone through for the single. It was a full toss. She should have put it away, but she was unable to beat point. West Indies up and running nonetheless. We are one without loss after 2 deliveries. So nice curve, nice shape on that first ball from Chinel Henry. You know, not from Chinel Henry, from Bell. I really think something was wrong with Chinel Henry today. Really, really think so. She just didn't get the ball to swing. She was not her usual self. You know, I don't know. And I'm wondering if Lords, she was overcame by the occasion at Lords. So we're going to watch Bell. She's going to make her way in now. The screen buffers. Dotting flashes at it down the leg side, wide signal. The keeper goes across. I think the keeper is Amy Jones, right? I think so. Yeah, it's Amy Jones is the keeper. She flashed at that one. It was down the leg side. She was always going to flash at it. Good take by Bell, diving down the leg side. So we'll watch Bell now as she comes in. So as usual, the two fielders in the deep are square, dotting it over the top, down towards backward point. Work for that fielder coming off the cover boundary, and they got a singer. So West Indies 3 for 3 from 3 deliveries. Remind you that they need 187 runs to win this match. I really think for me, if they get anywhere near 187, and if they get, I think West Indies just need to score probably about 165 to be sure to be in the semifinals. Yeah, I don't see Ireland beating us badly enough. Matthews on the front foot plays it to mid off. That being said, and I'm not saying that I do not want West Indies to win the match. I'm just trying to say that scoring 165, 170, even if we score that and lose, it would be sufficient to keep us to still carry us through to the semifinals. I expect us to beat Ireland, but just in case Ireland squeak out a 1-run victory of us and New Zealand beat England, I really think once we reach 165, we are through to the semifinals. That's my perception of it. 22 runs difference. That's about, yeah, we will definitely be. 3 without loss after 5 deliveries. So we're going to watch now as Bell is it. And there's Campbell with her headband on. Chinel Henry. Chinel, you know, I'm disappointed in her. I'm telling you the truth. I'm disappointed with her. Bell bowls to Matthews. Again, Matthews just inside edging it back down the pitch to the bowler who field. 3 without loss at the end of over number 1. West Indies looking to get up to 187 to win. 3 without loss at the end of over number 1. Yeah, Mervyn Allen, know that, say no, that balls. And yeah, and I said, where's the receipt? Because I can call the police and tell the police that you're a murderer, you know, and I need to, and again, so if the police just take what I said and then come and lock you up, the police would be wrong. They would need to, I would need to show them the receipt. I need to tell them why I said that you're a murderer. So for you to say Ishmael bowls at 130, which I don't know about, I know Banana Brooks don't know about it, I know that the persons in the chat don't know about it. You need to tell us when and where and who was the opponent. That is your receipt. That is your evidence if you want us to believe you. Right now, you are just telling a lie. That in places down to long on as Smith, the left-arm orthodox spinner, was round the wicket to her, and she played it in the air past the bowler down to long on for a single. So you're lying. Until you can provide those evidence, Manor Park Lona, you're lying. You're a liar. You are a liar. So provide the receipt. Provide the receipts, and I won't call you a liar. But right now, you're a liar unless you can provide the receipts. So she has been outstanding, you know. Ball to Matthews in the gap. Good work by the backward point. It traveled a long way in the air, though, you know, but it bounced as the backward point came across. And once again, you know, you look at that shot from Matthews. It was in the air, it was in the gap, but it was so slow that the backward point was able to come across and cut it off. You know, last year, this time it would be sailing through. Matthews go deep in her crease, cross her stump and swung it down to mid-wicket. Brilliant work on the boundary by, who is that on the boundary? Is that Gibson? That looks to be Gibson, but they'll come back for 2 as she came across the boundary and she put it back in, pull it back in and prevented the 2. She got a favorable bounce though, in all honesty. That looks to be Gibson, right? Right, Banana Brooks, is that Gibson? We'll wait on the name come up, but it looks to be Gibson. Good work. She got a favorable bounce though. So here is Simit round the wicket, bowls to Matthews, short in back in her crease, and she forces it down to long on for another singer. So ticking it over nicely here now, the West Indies. I'm almost sure that it's Capsy. Probably it's Capsy. So Gibbs is at long on. Are they listening to me and they're just showing me that Gibbs is at long on? So I must mix them up. So it could be Capsy. Comes in, both the matches off the back foot. She can't beat the ring and the offside. So there's a ring of 5 on the onside, on the offside, and then there is the long on and the deep mid wicket. Capsy appears to be at deep mid wicket, and at long on is Gibson. So it was Capsy. It was a good bit of feeling by Capsy. The left arm orthodox spinner Smith comes in, bows to Matthews. It peeled off outside edge as she looks to turn it into the onside, dotting should say, and it comes off the leading edge into the offside, and there was no run. Dotting looked to turn that into the onside. Leading edge found, but dropped short of the field at cover point. 7 without loss after 2. West Indies need to get up to 187 to win this match. They are playing at the home of Cricket Lords. And I, really hope that they enjoy this themselves. If you are looking forward to a big event, it's important that you enjoy the pre-event. Yes, it's important. Bell is going to continue now. She comes in and bows to the West Indies captain, who plays this down to the fielder coming across from mid-wicket, and there is no run. The score remains at 7 without loss. She was on the front foot there and just eased it into the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. The mid-wicket fielder got there first, and there was no run. So 77 without loss. So the 2 fielders out are the deep backward square leg and the backward point. So there's a slipper short third man cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and those two deep fielders out. Wide outside the half stump, that should be a wide, or is it no ball? It was very, very wide. 8 without loss, wide signal. So there's a slip, a short third man, cover, extra cover, mid-off. There's a mid-on, there's a mid-wicket, and you have the two square fielders out on the boundary. So that's the field for Bell bowling to Matthews. Interesting that a slip is in place here. Heather Knight is at first slip. As a hop, skip, and a jump as she moves in now. And she drives, and the ball goes through to Jones, and there's no runs. They pitched up. She was into the drive. The ball goes through to the wicketkeeper Jones, and there's no run. 8 without loss. The pressure mounting on the West Indies captain. It's a huge total to chase here, but you do not want, even if you lose, you do not want to lose that badly because net run rate could come into play. I have no doubt that we're going to beat Ireland, but and I have no doubt that England is going to beat New Zealand too. Bell is over the wicket, bowls to Matthews. Matthews drive in a portion of the bat to mid-on. There is no run. She continues to struggle to get the ball off the crease, off the pitch, off the square. Matthews. She's the West Indies captain. And with her is her long-time teammate, Deandra Dutton at the crease. West Indies 8 without loss. The second over of Bell is the third of the West Indies innings. Matthews have faced 11 deliveries thus far for 4 runs. She's second and she topped away. Bell over the wicket, bowls to her wide again outside the half stump, 9 without loss. That was wide outside the half stump, and the West Indies captain just came across and allows it to go through to Jones, who collected nicely and tossed it back down via the cover to the extra cover and then to the bowler. She goes back to the top of her mark. She looks up and she sees that Matthews is ready. The keeper goes down. She's over the wicket, down the pitch. Matthews, it peel off the other portion of the bat. It goes down to the fielder at cover, who circles to her right, picks up, and they come back for 2. Dutton was struggling there, The return was just that slow, but Dutton was really, really struggling as they came back for 2. The return came in at the bowler's end, but it was a little slow. It was a very little loopy lot. It never skid off the pitch. Dutton was really struggling, and despite the nature of the return, if it was on top of the stump, if the bouncer take it on top of the stump, Dutton would be in some trouble. As Bell bowls to Matthews, and she turns it away down back with a square leg. Did she get bat onto that, or was it off the pad? We'll wait and see. Nonetheless, the score will go by 1. It's leg by. So she's our best batter. She have to continue. Yes, so as you see the return there, it was just didn't have the energy and wasn't bouncing over the top of the stump. 12 without loss. Dutton is on strike. Bell bowls to her and she ungainly dabbed it down into the offside. Bell fielding her follow through just before the pitch got the cover up. That was being prepared for the next match at Lords. So 12 without loss after 3. West Indies, I'll soon come to your comment. I will take your comment shortly. So keep the comments coming in. Sorry. Keep the comments coming in. I'll definitely come to them. I will definitely come to them very shortly. 12 without loss after 3. Smith, who has been outstanding leading up to the World Cup, especially in that series against, was it New Zealand? She was very outstanding in it. But she has been very, very good. And in England have had her on a cotton on wool, so to speak, because she has been outstanding. She's round the wicket, bowls to Ailey Matthews, who go in her deep in her crease and hit it high in the air, down towards backward square leg for 4. So she went deep and across and hit it down to backward a square leg for 4. She played it late enough to ensure that it beats the fielder at backward square leg So she have to wait and make sure. And you can see her shaking her head there because you know she's struggling so much to get the ball off the square. And she called upon all of her skill there. And you can see her waiting and waiting and waiting because she need to beat the fielder deep on the boundary. Comes in, balls to Matthews. She moves across her crease. She cannot beat extra cover on this occasion. The score remains at 16 without loss after 3.2. So the captain, Ayla Matthews, and with her dotting, Matthews is on 10 from 15, and there's grim face in the West Indies dugout. Simmet bowls to Matthews down the leg side. Another wide should be signaled here. It's 17 now without loss. So cat and mouse going on here. We're gonna break loose, man. I think we're gonna. There's an innings in store, no man. There's an innings in store for Ayla Matthews, and hopefully she played it in the semi-final. Swung away, down towards backward square leg. That was better. That was better. That was out of the screw. It gone for 4. Oh, better. She swept it off the front foot, but she ensured again. She wait again and make sure that she beat that deep fielder. Look at her. Look at her waiting. Look at her waiting, waiting, waiting. Wait until the ball to come. I need to beat the fielder at mid-wicket, so I need to get it a little squarer. So I need it to come closer to me, and then I can sweep it away down there. Look at that. Look at that. She beat the fielder. Yes. If she had played that earlier, it would have gone to the fielder. So those of you who are watching, just look at her. She waited on that ball. She moves up to 14 now from 16 deliveries. West Indies 21 without loss in over number 4. Simmet is round the wicket. Bowls to the West Indies captain who cuts and miss. Loud appeal, not outside the umpire. Jones saying that she's not sure. The bowler saying is not sure. They have gone for it just to check because it's Ayla Matthews. So they want to burn this. So they have gone for it just to check because it's Ayla Matthews. Very, very interesting decision. To the form that Ayla Matthews is in right now, I don't know I've burn and waste a review on her because she's hardly getting the ball off the square. But England is still afraid of her. So they have gone, and so I love this, that it misses the bat, man. It misses the bat. I love this that they don't bother with the check foot and all of those things. Do this first. If it found the hedge and so on, then you go back to check the foot and all of those things to see if it was a legitimate ball. But yeah, do that first. Check the edge first before anything else. That ball missed the edge of the bat, so don't worry about it. That ball was far from the bat. See, you won't see any edge. Wow, she's out, But there's a gap between bat and ball. If you look at that picture, look there. Clear gap between bat and ball. You're seeing the grass. Don't you see the grass? There's a grass when that spike is. So how you give that out? There's a grass. Don't you can see the grass? See the grass there between bat and ball. There's a grass. Don't you see in the space? See in the space, and although there's a spike, you can't give that out. You can't give that out. No, you can't give. No, you can't give that out. 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 That didn't play. You can't give that out. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Oh, you give that out. You can't give that out. The ball is clear. Oh, you can't give that out. Ridiculous. Mervyn Allen is saying that we need runs. I agree. May I accept checks, Mr. Brown, as an apology? I don't know what you mean, broke pocket Manor Park loaner, and I don't know what you mean. West Indies making things look difficult, say Raymond Boy Love. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Atina. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Matt, she's really. But that last comment there, Raymond Boyle, is really redundant. Everyone knows that. What we know that one innings can kickstart her. One innings can kickstart her, and that's what you are hoping. But yeah, but that comment is really redundant. Persons are hoping that one innings, and that's how it goes. It's one innings that change things around sometimes. So while one innings won't win the game, one innings dotting down the pitch, miss stump. She just came down the pitch and swung from the hip, and the ball beat the keeper, and they gone for one. Will they come back for two? Yes, they have come back for two, and it will be two byes. So she just came down the pitch, swung at the ball, and it beat the keeper, 24 for 1. 24 for 1. That thing, she left so early. And you remember yesterday I was talking about leaving late. It's important that you leave late. Dottin just left early. The bowler saw her coming, fired it outside the off stump. The keeper missed stump. The keeper did not collect. That's Amy Jones, I think is her name, Amy Jones. And so we're able to get 2 by 24 for 1. And they have teethed out our captain, Ailey Matthews. West Indies was robbed. They thief her out. And, so that's a poor decision. She didn't hit the ball. There was gap between the ball. And I don't wrong her for discussing this. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. There's no way you can give that out. There was clearly gap between the ball and the bat. Everybody saw the grass. Bell to continue in her third over. Campbell cannot get it off the square. The field sends a return in 24 for 1. Look, the T-photo our captain. So there, don't you see the gap between bat and ball? There's a gap between bat and ball. Whatsoever is making, oh gosh, man, whatsoever is making that noise, they're probably going to fine her for that, but you thief her out. She's the captain of the West Indies team. The ball did not play on the bat. Even if they fined her, the West Indies should appeal the fine. Who's the manager down there? Who's the manager down there? Who's the manager of the West Indies women team? Or they just have a head coach? It's rubbish. I have to talk to. I'll be very interested to hear the post-match press conference, and I definitely need to talk to Shane Dietz. I cannot listen to what the commentators are saying, because it will violate copyright law. As Bell bowls to Campbell, and Campbell eases it to mid-off, and there is no run. So it's clear that she's not happy, and you can't blame her. This is absolutely unfortunate that the best batter in the team, they robbed her. I just get upset by that. Campbell pull away down to 1 bounce 6. No, it can't be a 1 bounce 6. It's gone all the way for 6. If Blunder Factory heard that a while ago, Blunder Factory, that's a year, but 1 bounce 6. It was back of a length, and Campbell swung it away down deep, over deep backward square leg for 6. Short, and she pulled it away over deep backward square leg for 6. Blunder Factory would be saying, you hear him? But 1 bounce 6. He must see that. He must be laughing if he's listening. 30 for 1. Or his cronies, because you know that they have persons that monitor the cricket forum. Yeah, they have persons that monitor the cricket forum. Because although I say a lot of foolishness, sometimes I do make sense, and they want to pick the sense out of nonsense. Bell bowls to Campbell, who look to turn it into the outside, and there is no run. And the score remains at 30 for 1. 1 delivery to coming over number 5. So Bell is getting 3 here in the power play. 3 overs in the power play. So West Indies, boy, there must be something that can be done about this. Must be something that can be done about this. It was just, it was shocking. The ball, there was gap between the ball and the bat. What made the spike? Maybe the Batanga or something. Bowls to Canberra, swing and a miss. Foot was no near the delivery. Head in the air, she swung at it outside the half stump, through to Amy Jones, 30 for 1 after 5. Just 6 runs coming out of that over. The ball that was short and was pulled down the deep back with a square leg. We need a cameo here now from someone. Someone has to play a cameo. You know, we hope that Stephanie Taylor come and play probably another innings of real class, or hopefully that Campbell can deliver something again. That was a good pull shot, but then that last delivery was in the slot. It was outside the half stump. She just swung at it and it went through to the keeper. She should have really got her foot across to that one and hit it over the top down to the boundary for 4 more, but that's the nature. 30 for 1 after 5 overs. West Indies playing at Lords. And you can just imagine, oh boy, what a feelings for these girls, eh? What a feelings for them. What a feeling. Good feeling. I'm sure that I hope they're soaking it up. I said it so many times because that is important for me. That is important for me, that they soak up the atmosphere and not just they're worried about the match and don't soak up the atmosphere. Charlie Dean, the captain, she's going to bowl some half break. She's bowling to Deandra Dottin. This is the final over of the power play. Yeah, so Nat Cyber Brunt is not in the team today, but she's captain in the team. Charlie Dean over the wicket, comes in now, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin drives through the gap, runs away for 4 down to long off. Good shot. Once she beat extra cover and mid off, it was always going to 4 before. First delivery, pitched up, and she drove it sweetly in the gap down to the boundary for 4 at long off. 34 for 1. It was in the slot. She held her shape and she hit it through the gap. Her head lifted a little quickly there, but nonetheless, it came out of the middle of the bat. Deans to Dottin in the gap again, and it runs away for 4. This time it was in the air. It was in the air. It went between both fielders in the air. Same 2 fielders between extra cover and mid off, and it goes down to long off boundary for 4. It was in the air, but it was in the gap, and once it's in the gap, no one can catch it. She held her shape a little longer there, and she looked at the ball a little longer. So it was right in the gap. She bisected both of them. You know, she threaded the nigger there. Charlie Dean, right arm off spinner, choose to go round the wicket, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin hit her down to long on, over long on for 6. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We don't want to start celebrating yet, you know. Let's see what's going on. But that was a good shot by Dottin, as it went over long on for 6 as we push up to 3 o'clock in Kingston, Jamaica on this Wednesday afternoon. It's the top of the table Group B clash between West Indies and England. And you notice how this World Cup, here's Dean bowls to Dottin again, and she swings. This time it wasn't out of the screw, so it got the inner portion of the bat, and it goes down to the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary for a single. The score goes up to 45 for 1. And you see, West Indies, the win predictor moved by 1, because at one stage we were 13% chance, and now we are 14% chance. And despite we lose the wicket, those 2 4s and a 6 just pushed up the win predictor by 1. How does the Bales come off the stump? What they're going to check? Okay. So Campbell here now. Campbell is known to use her feet, but we saw in the previous match she left her crease very late. And we hope that if she's leaving her crease, she does it late again. So 15 from this over thus far, 4 deliveries. There's 5 on the offside from backward point to mid-off. So backward point, cover, extra cover. And then there is the mid-off, 5 on the offside. Then there's the short fine leg and the backward square leg, the deep mid-wicket and the deep long on. Charlie Deans to Campbell, who just used her feet. And she left late and she played it down to long on for a single. So yes. So they have what you would call a leg gully, then a backward point, then a cover point, then an extra cover, then a mid-off. You know, it's not quite not run to a short third man. It's more like a deep leg gully. She's run the wicket, ball to Dottin, and Dottin gone big again. Let's see what happens. She's caught on the long on boundary. Dottin goes for 19 from 10 deliveries. So Dean, after going for 15, 16 out of the over, Dottin getting greedy. And that's the end of the power play, being dismissed after final delivery of the power play. Never came right out of the score. It missed the sweet spot. And as a result, she was not able to clear the boundary. And the fielder going back, that's Gibson, I think, taking the catch, going back above her head. She took it behind her. It came out of the sweet spot, but Dottin is not as strong as she once was. She lost a lot of weight, and Gibson going back took the catch behind her. Is that Gibson's Capsy? I keep on mixing up Gibson and Capsy, but that's Capsy who took the catch on the long on boundary. It shows earlier that it was Gibson on the long on boundary, but they switched them around. But normally, the Dottin that we know, that would have gone for 6. So it's a strategic timeout. Yes, Atina, there was gap between the ball and bat, and I don't know why it was given out. We will win them for that, said Garth Shirley Samuels. Let's hope so. That was a spike like when Ed Meyer was given out, said Banana Brooks. I still can't understand. Kolanja said that the ESPN Cricket Info did say that there was a gap between bat and ball. Yes, definitely there was. It's glad that it's not me alone saying that, but the independent voices are saying that. Mervyn Allen said we're going to fire the umpire. Kingman, Kingman said, I don't want to win like that, said Banana Brooks. No, yeah, our friend Banana Brooks from England, yeah. Manor Park, answer the questions, man. Banana Brooks. Oh, what you asking, Banana Brooks? Beat that in, said Mervyn Allen. Pressure. Okay, so I have completed all the. Let's. Manor Park Lona, you need to answer the question. Manor Park Lona, answer the question, boss. Answer the question. You know that you need to answer the question so that we can continue the conversation. But until you answer that question, so yeah, it's good to see that other persons are pointing it out that there's a gap between bat and ball. Why would the umpire give that out when there's a gap between bat and ball? Because what instruction have they given them? And I would really like to hear from one of my umpire's friend, because what's the instruction? Do they give them the instruction that say go with the spike? But how can you go with the spike when the ball is not touching the bat? Because there was clear gap between bat and ball. Clear gap. Surprise, surprise, Janella Glasgow, she's in at number 4. So tactics here is bewildering. Why is Taylor not at 4? As Campbell drive and misses, as Ecclestone comes into the attack. So Ecclestone and Simmet, I think, are they the number 1 and 2 ranked T20 bowlers in the world? And it's good to see that Ecclestone have taken off some of the weight, because she was really getting too fat, and Campbell reverse sweep and the keeper did not collect. It's going to run towards the boundary. They go for 1. They're coming back for 2. 2 more byes to the West Indies total. 48 now for 2. Leg by. She said came off the tie, so it's leg by. 48 for 2. West Indies, as Campbell looks to reverse sweep, but she played far too early. Hit her arm. That's between the elbow and the shoulder. Beat the keeper, and they got 2 leg by. Down the pitch she comes, and she looks to drive. She mistimed the drive. It bunks into the crease, and it jar her hand against the bat. And the score remains at 48 for 2 after 6.3 overs. West Indies looking to get up to 187 to win this top of the table Group B World Cup match. Down the pitch, she yorked herself and she has to dig it out down to the mid wicket for a singer. As she came down the pitch and yorked herself, 49 for 2. She moves up now to 9 from 12. Glasgow comes into strike, and Glasgow, you know, she's batting at number 4, and I always heard Basil Butcher talking about Glasgow and that Glasgow can only play through the offside. Well, all right, she can only play through the offside. But how many West Indies women batters in the history of West Indies cricket average 20? And that's what she's averaged. It's early in her career, yes, but she's averaging 20. And how many of such drive back to the bowler and there's no run? How many, you know, how many of our batters, and I'm going through the list, the Stacey and King, all those famous West Indies batters in the past. How many of them averaging 20, pitched up, and she works this down to long on for a singer. One more to the West Indies total. So West Indies bringing up their 50, end of the over, after 7 overs, West Indies 50 for 2. The target is 187. I think we're still in this though, you know. We're still in this. Yeah, okay. So that it was a little fuller, so she didn't get quite under it, and Capsy took a good catch behind her, you know. And so she has to go. But the Deandra Dottin that we know, the strong, powerful Deandra Dottin, that was used to throw the shot put on the discus and the javelin. That strong Deandra Dottin, where the players from Bangladesh has to take her bat and look at it and say, how are you hitting the ball so far? Clearly, that strength has gone now, haven't it? Yes. So Gibbs is going to come into the attack now. So yet another bowling change, 50 for 2. Gibbs is going to bowl over number 8. This is her 32nd match. She has gotten 17 wickets thus far. So here's the medium pace. So she's over the wicket, bowls to the left-handed Glasgow, works it into mid-wicket. They run hard for the first one. They touched down. They thought about the second. Campbell said no. 51 for 2 after 7.1. So it's interesting that Ailey Matthews really had a long talk. Really had a long talk. And I know that they're going to ask about it at the post-match press conference. And I'm expecting to see Ailey Matthews herself at the post-match press conference. Yes, so Lords, 17,000 tickets were sold for this match. The ground can hold 32,100, I think, as Campbell looks to sweep there. And they thought about a second. Second is not on. The score goes up by 1 to 52 for 2. Campbell moves up to 10. Glasgow is on 2. She comes into strike. Yes, so 17,000 tickets they said were sold for this match, which is good for a West Indies women match, you know. So we're going to watch now as here's Gibbs. So she comes in now, bowls to the left-handed Glasgow outside the half stump. She cracks it, cannot beat backward point, who made a tumbling stop, and they go through for 1. She will goes up to 3. The score goes up to 53 for 2. That was outside the half stump, and she cracks it, but probably need to play it a little earlier and get it to the left of backward point. And if it had she done that, it would have gone into the boundary for 4, because she really hit that very hard. Gibbs over the wicket to Campbell, who steered this away in the gap between short third man and backward point into the boundary for 4. She just steered that away into the gap. Oh, well played. She threaded the needle there. 4 runs for the West Indies wicket keeper batter. She's on 14 now. From 14, West Indies move up to 53 for 2. As Gibson was short and just about our fourth and a half stump, she cleared it. She steered it away nicely in that gap between short third man and backward point. 4 runs. Gibson over the wicket, short, pulled away, down back with a square leg. The fielder can't get there. Big shot. Big shot. It was Edda Knight. She came to her left. She half dive, but it went into the boundary. Gibson stared at her because Gibson expected a better effort from the former England captain, but Knight who is now fast becoming very close to 40, wasn't prepared to dive. 61 for 2. Campbell moved up to 18 from 15 deliveries. It was short, and she just pulled it away, down back with a square leg. Good shot there by Campbell. You know, Campbell is really batting well. Gives the balls to Campbell. She worked this into mid-wicket. She puts down her head and she runs one, like you're starting the 100-meter and they're looking for 2, but it's not on. The return comes in at the keeper's end and Glasgow got back as she played that shot through mid-wicket. It was like somebody starting off at the 100-meter with your head down, but she ran hard for the first one, which is lovely to see, but 2 was never on. So West Indies 58 now for 2 after 8 overs. 58 for 2 after 8 overs. The English fielding has been good. That was a good catch, you know. She took it behind her, very close to the boundary. You know, and look at big Ecclestone. Ecclestone, boy, she has lost weight. So Ecclestone, 2 runs off her first over, the left-arm orthodox spinner. Former Royal #1 bowler. She's round the wicket, down the pitch. Come Campbell, easy like Sunday morning. She just ease it down to long on for another run. The score goes up by 1 to 63 for 2. The return comes in and it ricocheted, but backed up in the onside by Ecclestone, and there's no run. 63 now for 2. West Indies need almost 10.5 runs and over to win this match. Again, you know, Manor Park, Lona is a liar. Glasgow is on 3. She drives, she pulled across that one. It was pitched up on the half stump in the area which she wanted, but there was too much left hand in that shot, and she pulled it down to long on. Instead of going through the offside, it was right in the slot there for her to just caress it through the offside, but she mistimed it. Got a run though. Campbell comes back into strike, comes in, bowls to Campbell, and she swept and bowled. Straight delivery, full delivery. Campbell hit across the line. She's bowled for 18. That was too full to sweep. And West Indies in further trouble now at 64 for 3 as Campbell get a full toss, premeditated the sweep shot. And the ball just kept on her under her bat. That was simple, too full for her to sweep, get under her bat. And it's gone. She's gone. Yes, Shirley Samuels, I'm not afraid to say the umpire was a thief. Yeah, it was definitely a thief. Jamor Small say that that the third umpire didn't recover after eye surgery. You can bet on Jamor Smalls to make those comments. Yeah, I want you to answer my question. Yeah, it's an unproven fact. Because a fact doesn't have to be right, you know, but when it's tested, it is proven right. Because you state something as a fact. So I ask you, when and where did she do it, and who was she bowling against? Who did she bowl that delivery to? We need a Ghana witch doctor, said Athena. Well, the Ghana witch doctor who said that he prevented Harry Kane from scoring. You know, at that Taylor not batting higher in the order against 186 at Banana Brooks. The strategy of the West Indies team there, I do not understand it. I would have loved to see Taylor comes in at number 4, but I assume that she will be in as number 5. My screen buffering a bit here. As Glasgow turn this down the inside. So it's really a poor shot by Campbell. Really a poor shot. The ball was pitched up. She just, you see that those fielder at mid-off and extra cover, which is very close together, they are the one that caused that shot, you know. That fielder at extra cover and at mid-off were very close together. They work it out and they put them there straight, and she pitched up the ball and she swept across it, and it was a tactics as that one was turned into the onside by Claxton. As West Indies 9 overs gone, 65 for 3. Why is it that Stephanie Taylor has not batted. Does she as a nigger? Has West Indies given up on this match and said we are going to beat? Because there's Alain pad up. We don't see Stephanie Taylor. That's Ali Alain that is pad up. And we're not seeing Stephanie Taylor. Where is she? Where is she? Because I guess they are looking for her in the dugout. That's why they showed us. I don't understand. So does she as a nigger, or are they saying that listen, we're not going to get this runs, so we're gonna beat Ireland. So we don't want to risk you. We are wrapping you up in cotton wool. But it's strange that Taylor has not come. But here we have two of the young guns. 5, 6 years from now, these two girls are expected to be producing a lot of runs for West Indies. So both of them need to make an half century. A good looking shot from Claxton. She cannot beat the field at extra cover, but miss field, and they go through for a singer. She did a pick up cleanly, and so they go through for a singer. So 66 for 3, West Indies now after 9.1 overs. Straightforward and just bounce out of her hand, Simmet, another left-arm orthodox spinner. She bowls to Glasgow, and Glasgow slapped it back hard to her down the offside of the pitch, and there is no run. 66 for 3. So no Henry, no Henry, no Taylor, and Alain is padded up, and the two youngsters at the crease. And again, she pulled across that one with too much left hand. It goes to the field at mid-wicket. They got a singer. They are young, they run fast. It's 66 now for 3. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button, please. If you're not seeing the subscribe button, click off the live chat, then you'll see the thumbs up. But more importantly, and which I read, become a member of our Cricket Forum Club on Patreon. It's by supporting this channel through our members club on Patreon why we are able to stream live cricket matches. Without that support, we are not able to stream live cricket matches. Now, this is a watch along. This is not a live match, but I mean, when we go and stream our grassroots cricket matches like schoolboy cricket and so on, without you becoming a member on Patreon and become a member of the club and pay your monthly subscription, we are not able to stream matches. One camera for one match. Well done, Claxton, who prevents Simmet from taking the catch as that was popped back in the air. And they're going to check with the umpire if she obstructed the field. But I think that was showing a look of experience on her part there as she just prevented the advertisement came on. So, yes, by becoming a member of our club on Patreon, you help us to stream live cricket matches. I've repeatedly told you that even to use one camera to stream a match, all the logistics, the factors, the transportation, and all of that involved, we are looking at $400 even with one camera. It's a 3-camera match is $1,200. So even if we can use a one camera, because we have used one camera many times in the past, and versus like Roxanne Gray, Banana Brooks, Stanford Davis, those persons have supported us so that we could stream those matches. But like the Senior Cup final coming up on starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is a 3-day match between St. Catherine's CC and Melbourne. I think that match will probably play at Savannah Park. Glasgow inside edge one onto our stump, and so West Indies have lost their 4th wicket. So Glasgow gone for 6. England now really on top here. West Indies 69 for 4. We're really losing the plot. So after 3 consecutive wins, we really look amateur-ish in this match. And this is the thing, when you have Glasgow and Claxton batting ahead of Stephanie Taylor, they just bat too early, and this is how they're going to look. As the great man Curtly Ambrose Ben, he's not happy with this performance. You know, he's probably living in England and said, you know, I'm going to go down to Lords today to watch these girls. But then he's not happy with what he's seeing, and he must be very, very angry with this batting performance. And so Chinel Henry is coming to the crease, so something must be wrong with Stephanie Taylor. If you are listening, please tell me what is wrong with Stephanie Taylor. I would very much like to hear if the commentators are saying anything about Stephanie Taylor, because here's Chinel Henry coming out to the crease now, and I really don't understand. I really don't understand why Henry is not batting, and not Henry. Why Taylor is not at the crease? I really don't understand. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to win. This is a good test for the West Indies. Bring them back to earth. Now they have to lift their game if they want to compete with the big guns. That, yeah. You know? So I really want to know what happened to Stephanie Taylor. It will be very interesting to know what happened to her. You know? Something is clearly wrong why she is not batting, and that is not a good sign. Because we cannot win this tournament without Stephanie Taylor, you know. Cannot win it. As Chinel Henry owes up some runs, she comes off the mark, she looks to cut, and Claxton Caller through the return hits the stump, but she's home safely. The score goes up by 1 now to 70 for 4. So Claxton is on strike. And you made a good point there. You know, we need to step on the run rate. We definitely need to keep up with the score. We need to raise our level. And this is how much the team missed Stephanie Taylor. Backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off. Charlie Dean is round the wicket, balls to the left-handed. Claxton, who covers up and played it to the field at extra cover, no run. 70 for 4 after 10.3. She just covers up and played it to the fielder at extra cover, and there is no run. And I know that Basil Butcher will be looking at that dismissal of Glasgow and said, what we told you, no room outside the half stump, she's always going to be dismissed. Looking to reverse sweep, and she left early. And so Dean just fired it outside the half stump, she misses. You know, full outside the half stump as she decided to reverse sweep too early. There's it, giving herself room, looking to cut a straight ball through the offside, her favorite place, inside edge onto the stump. Here's Dean though, balls to Claxton, who moving around the crease, and Dean fired it down the leg side. She looks to sweep, and there's no one. And that West Indies commentator, he's just shaking his head and say, boy, what's going on, eh? What's going on? 71 for 4. Round the wicket. Oh, she's off the back foot, cannot beat backward point. But that was zoning in and mid and leg stump. And she chose to give herself room and to hit it through the offside. Oh, very limited now. Really need to up the ante. There's Stephanie Taylor. She is in her gears. Round the wicket, comes in. She gave herself room again, swing and miss. And she whipped off the bails in a flash. 71 for 4. Claxton is on 3. Henry is on 1. So it looks like she okay. If I do not have a problem with Stephanie Taylor not fielding, you know. No, she not fielding. I do not have a problem with her not fielding, but I don't know if it was strategic or she was injured, you know. But I do not have a problem with her. But she doesn't have on any pad. She's right beside Ailey Matthews. They are having a conversation. She doesn't have on any pad. She's in her gears. And, you know, I would really love to hear that conversation between Ailey Matthews and Stephanie Taylor. And maybe the conversation is, don't bother go back there, man. We will beat Ireland and we'll go through to the semifinals and we'll take it from there. 71 for 4. She's not padded up, you know, so maybe when she left the field, it was more than just an injury, because you will recall in the match on Sunday, I wanted her off the field. I wanted them to find a reason for her to leave the field. So when she left the field today, because I know that they listened to me, I thought that they were just finding a reason to get her off the field. But apparently there was an injury. Because she has not padded up. Kemp, the left arm seamer, down the leg side, whipped away by Henry down to backward square leg for 4. West Indies 75 for 4. A 50 runs defeat would put us on a real pressure. So we need to get about 137. Would put us on a real pressure, because if England decide to sell the match to New Zealand, I don't think New Zealand playing good cricket to beat England, so I'm not worried. But then Sri Lanka can also get 6 points. So we need to, because Sri Lanka have Scotland they have to play. Who would it be there? Is it Ireland? Sri Lanka have Ireland to play. We have Ireland to play too. Sri Lanka have Ireland to play. So if Sri Lanka beat Ireland, they're on 6 points. The good thing about it, we expect to beat Ireland. We don't expect Ireland to beat us. And when we beat Ireland, we're going to be on 8 points. So that's the thing. So we're still in the semi. What a shot by Claxton. Oh, lovely. That shot deserved 4. It was back of a length. She just rose high up on her tiptoe, and she just eased it down to the fielder on the sweeper boundary. But it was right out of the screw, and it pinged off the bat, and it just went there all along the ground. She stroked it from out of her chest. It was like a left-handed Sachin Tendulkar, right up on her toes, straight back, and just stroke it. That's a good shot, girl. Kemp over the wicket, bowls to Henry. Henry who played this straight. There's work for the field that long on, and they're going to lumber back for 2. Claxton coming to the danger end, but her dive, and she got there, and no damage done. The score will go up by 2. West Indies 77 for 4. Stephanie Taylor did not look quite happy, but I think she made it as the bat was going forward. So whether the bat bunks up over the crease, she will still be deemed not out, because the bat was going forward. But I think the dive took care of it. So she's safe. She's safe. She's safe, man. You don't need to review that again. She's safe. She's safe by a Sunday morning. What are they watching at? She's safe. All know the base doesn't line up and the bat is clearly grounded. So the bat, once the bat is going forward, what happened there though? That's where the intrigue in the law is, because at no time the bat was grounded behind the line. She would have been run out if that part never reached him. If the bat was if at any time the bat is grounded behind the line and it bunks up going forward, the batter cannot be run out. But some part of the bat has to ground behind the line first, if you understand what I'm saying. So if when she was sliding the bat had grounded, the tip of the bat had grounded behind the line, and then once she continued to go forward, it bunks up in the air. She could not have been run out. But what happened in that instance, there was no part of the bat grounded prior behind the line. So that's the situation. 79 for 4 after 12. West Indies really in trouble here against the big boys, England. We knocked off New Zealand, but apparently we are unable to knock off England. It was a bad decision against our captain, Ailey Matthews, and she was adamant about it, and she spoke about it. So Charlie Dean to the left-handed, Glasgow looks to sweep, loud appeal, not outside the umpire. I think that one going down the leg side. Will they review it? They're thinking about it. And the decision by England to review Ailey Matthews, I think they just said, she's the big gun. Let us review it. I think that's all that happened. And she have called for a review here again at the last moment. Yeah, I think that was the case with Ailey Matthews. They never expect to get it. I don't think they had expect to get the Ailey Matthews one. I just think they said, let us let us check it out here. Let us just see. She's the big gun. If we are lucky, we will get it. And the ball was missing the bat clearly. The ball was missing the bat by about 2-3 inches. And the umpire still decided to rule it out, caught behind, which we don't know what can go so. You know, that umpire should be fired, as someone in the chat said. The umpire should, of course, be fired because the ball was clearly missing. The ball was missing by a long way, and that should not have been given out. And I'm sure that one is missing. I'm sure that one is missing, you know, and missing by a long way. You'll never know with this DRS. You remember Nicholas Pooran in Australia? You know. So pitch outside leg. And so the review lost. So 79 for 4. Claxton is on 4. Deans round the wicket, ball to Claxton, and Claxton is taken on the pad, but probably off the inside edge of the bat onto the pad, and there is no run. So they are running now because they are behind the over rate. Charlie Dean bowls to Claxton, and Claxton drives, cannot beat backward point. Her head was she played that ball too early, you know. She needed to wait on that ball a little, and she needed to just turn the wrist and get it into the gap. The wrist was a little too stiff there. Round the wicket. Oh, no, that must be a no ball. She was looking to reverse sweep, and she fired it. It beats the keep, and it goes away down to the boundary for 4 by. But I think this will be a no ball. We're looking. Definitely almost kill Claxton. So it will be a no ball. So this 5 from that delivery will be a free hit now. So they are waiting to see if it was a no ball. Clearly past her waist. So they are waiting. 83 for 4. Ran over number 13. After this over, after the 14th over, there'll be the strategic timeouts. I'll come to your comments and I'll run through as many of them as possible. So please put those comments, and I'll respond to those that I can respond to. I won't be able to respond to all, but I'll pick some and I'll respond to them. But that should be a no ball. 12.4 overs have gone. And they're just checking now to see. They're looking at her. And it's a big no ball. Look at that. It's a big no ball. Big no ball. So free hit. So let's see what she will do with this free hit. It's a good day out. It's a Charlie Dean. Let's see now. She comes in. Bowls down the pitch, and she drives past the bowler down to long on for a single. She uses her feet. She left early. And York herself, she was only able to play it down to long on for a single. Good that she have a bad sponsors. Chinel Henry on strike now. She's an 8 from 6 delivery. Dean to Henry. And Henry, you know, played this ball back down the pitch, and there's no run. I notice. Do you notice it that every team is bowling full and straight to the West Indies batters, and they just can't get the ball off the pitch? Yeah, notice it. Henry drives this one to extra cover. It bunks off the extra cover down to long on for a single. One more to the total. 86 for 4 at the end of over number 13. Do you notice it? It appears that the teams that everybody said us bowl full and straight to them, man. Full and straight. Nothing sharp. Just don't bowl in a drive. Full and straight. It's a tactics that has seen being used. And I'm sure that, well, hopefully they are seeing it and hopefully they are coming up with a plan. But it is being used from the start of the tournament. Everybody come bowl full and straight to the West Indies team. And we just, yes, we won 3 matches. You realize something about the tournament? They gave England their 3 easiest matches up front. Ireland, Scotland, and Sri Lanka. And gave them the 2 hardest match, 4th and 5th. Potentially hardest match, 4th and 5th. Gibbs is back into the attack. And this is forced away down to the field, that extra cover, who moved to her left and made a tumbling stops, allow the batswoman to go through for a single. Henry moves up to 10. Claxton comes back and strike. West Indies 87 for 4. So we need a 100 runs to win from 41 deliveries. 100 runs from 41 deliveries. Balls to Claxton, who swings and misses. She just swung at it. She just swung from her hip and she misses. And it goes through to the keeper. 3:27 in Kingston, Jamaica. So this is a UNICEF Day at Lords. Proceeds from this match. So there's a Trinidad and Tobago flag in the stand. All the proceeds from this match will go towards UNICEF Children Fund. Gibson comes in now to Claxton, who swings and misses, and it goes through to the keeper. They are laughing at her because she's just losing her shape. She's just swinging. She just needs to bat properly. Just bat properly. Get the singles, get the 2. But right now they're laughing at her. Look at her. Head in the air, just swinging and just missing the balls. No techniques, losing her shape. Just bat, girl, just bat. Show us you can bat. Right now, you look very stupid. 87 for 4. As she looks to ramp this one, she looks to scoop and she misses again. What is she doing? 5 from 19 deliveries. Can you imagine? 5 from 19 deliveries. 5 from 19 deliveries. And she's doing all sorts of things and not connecting. Now she looks to scoop and misses again. Oh boy. Gibson. She swings high in the air. She connects. Let's see what will happen. Let's see the outcome. It drops short of the field. I would dive but could not get there. And they come back for 2 as the fielder coming off the deep mid-wicket boundary. That's Smith. And she wasn't unable to get there. She swung it. She went high in the air down towards the mid-wicket. It came off more of the top portion of the back as it goes down the field, that just probably a fingertip to it the most. She hit this high in the air now. Who wants it? It's a matter of who wants this one. The keeper drops it right on the pitch that is covered up to for the next match. She dropped it as that one went high in the air. She came from behind the stump. She dropped it. 90 for 4. High in the air. It's a matter of who wanted it. The keeper said mine, and she dropped it. She dropped it with the gloves right on the pitch. That was for the next match. That is. So 90 for 4 West Indies. Still needing 97 to win from 36 deliveries. This is the strategic timeout. So let me come through some of your comments quickly. Commentators have just mentioned it about Taylor, but offered no reason. Bishop speculating she has been prone to injury, but that's all. Yeah, Carlton, I don't know why you acting surprised. This is the true West Indian team. Once Ailey and Dottin don't raise their hand, Garth Haynes, I don't quite agree with that because Stephanie Taylor has shown some class. Well, that has shown some class. Stephanie Taylor is all class. Oh boy, Ryan Mary is calling them wasting this. They can't win this curl up. Matthews playing like Hope, just wasting balls. Why take a guard if one is making unwanted shots, said Athena? You have to wonder that, you know? Yeah. Mervyn Allen said it's a test match they're playing. Like Sri Lanka, bowl full and straight, said Banana Brooks. And it seems like everybody is doing that to the West Indies, Banana Brooks. They're just trying to bowl full and straight. Why would you win the toss at Lords and not bat, said Lee Miles? Well, she said she wanted to see what the pitch is doing. I would have fielded first too, but we appreciate everyone's opinions, and everyone's opinions are welcome. But I did not have a problem with her bowling first. You think that she should have batted first? I don't have a problem with your opinion. You and I have two different opinions, but that's what this community is all about. We express our opinions, and all opinions are welcome. Well, Jamwood Small, these two are not showing that they can anchor anything. You know, watching Claxton is painful, said Garth Haynes. Yeah, but what is very disappointing, Garth Haynes, is that the English are laughing at her. They are laughing at her. Yeah, and she just firing at them playing to a loss, said Alain. She just firing her. I'm watching this match live. West Indies can't bat, said, well, Ryan Mary, boy love, that's exactly what the English appears to be saying, that these girls cannot bat. Claxton is out at sea, floating into the Atlantic. So I've gone through quite a bit of the comments, so let's catch up with the cricket now. And hope that Claxton will put us to shame, eh? hope that she will put us to shame. Let's see, you know. She will suddenly start middle the ball. So Henry's on strike on 10 from 9. Claxton is on 9 from 22. But to limit the West Indies batting to Ailey Matthews and Deandra Dottin is a poor comment, though. Who was it that made the comment? Garth Haynes? That was a poor comment. There's more batting in the West Indies team more than just Dottin and Taylor. Henry has shown in the women's seat, in the WPL, in the Women Premier League, over the top, down towards extra cover for a single by Claxton. Henry was very close to be the player of the tournament in the Women Premier League in India, you know. For time and time again, she performed for her team. I think it was Delhi. I think it was Delhi she played for. Time and time again, both with the ball and with the bat. She performed well for her team throughout the tournament. And everybody know that Stephanie is world class. Stephanie is GOAT. Stephanie is the greatest Wetswoman batsman of all time. She's a GOAT. So to limit the West Indies batting to Dottin and Matthews is unfair. And furthermore, Ali Alain can bat too. Ali Alain can bat better than Claxton and Glasgow. Campbell can bat. We saw where Campbell made a 90 and won a match for the West Indies, so she can bat. So it's unfair to limit the batting just to those two. The West Indies batting is more than just two. Or shot by Glasgow, good bending shot. The right knee touching the ground and the bat coming through the ball sweetly, but it cannot be backward point. 94 for 4 at the end of 15. But that was definitely a good-looking shot as we see the moon. As it's 24 minutes to 11 in England, in London. Kemp bowls to Henry, clip this off his toe, through forward square leg, down towards the field and the deep mid wicket boundary, and they will come back for 2. But was it Garth that made that comment? Because I am of the opinion that Garth watched the cricket and followed the cricket. So if he was the one that made that comment that the West Indies batting depends on Dutton and Ailey Matthews, I would be very, very disappointed, because I always see him as someone who understands the cricket and followed it. Kemp bowls to Henry, hit it high, hard. Let's see what is happening. It coming down and it's 4 runs. 4 runs. As the fielder made a desperate effort and it's 4 runs. 18 from 13, Henry. So the West Indies 100 is up. 100 for West Indies. As that one was hit high and hard in the air. Dead straight. But it didn't clear the boundary. On the full. Kemp to Henry, and Henry beaten outside the half stump as the left-hander just roll her finger over the ball and it goes through to the keeper, who whipped off the bails. West Indies remained 100 for 4. You know, wait, you see, if you look at this, 100 for 4 in over number 15, 16 now, over number 16 now. You look at the 187, bowls to Henry, and Henry plays this out into the offside, and they go through for a single. The return comes in at the bowler's end, and it misses. Will they come back for 2? Yes, they come back for 2. Poor decision there by the field, that backward point. I think she should shy at the bowler's end, at the batter's end, the wicket keeper end. You know, and if that had happened, -hmm. 103 for 4 West Indies after 15.5. That's a better looking shot from Claxton as she came on the front foot and just drove it to mid-off. But that's a better looking shot. When you play those shots, nobody laugh at you. But when you swing wildly and miss and look foolish, people will laugh at you, eh? So West Indies need 84 runs from 24 deliveries. I would say that we need to get up to about 140. So we'll need another 37 runs from the next 24 deliveries, and we can get that. I think we need to get up to about 140. I think once we get to 140, we will be in the semifinals. I think so. So here is Ecclestone in our final over, 1 for 9 so far. Bowl to Henry, who plays it into the onside. Go for a single. The return comes in at the bowler's end, but Henry is safely home. It hit down the stump. Good bit of work there from Ecclestone. Who darts in, picks up, and shy down the stump, but Henry is safely home. So she's on 22, safely in. I should look at her and smile and say, great work. You know, Henry, how much she get? 130? Down the leg side, wide should be signal. Yes, that's so, you know, she came inside the crease and look at the tuck it down the leg side, it goes through to the keeper and there is no run. But that's how you do it. Miss those playing proper cricket shot. So there's a backward point. There's a short third man and a backward point and a cover. Those are the 3 I'm seeing. Ecclestone, the left arm orthodox spinner over the wicket, bowls to Glasgow, comes forward, and she, not Glasgow, Claxton, and she blocks it to where a mid on should have been, and they go through for a single. Because there's a long on, there's a deep mid wicket, and there's a deep backward square leg. So that's it. And then there's a short fine leg. So we have a short fine leg, a deep backward square leg, a deep mid wicket, and a deep long on. Full toss. Henry cracks it but cannot beat the fielder at extra cover, and there is no run. Should have picked the gap there. Once she had picked that gap, it would have been 4. It's a 5-4 field. There's a ring of 4 on the offside, and then there's a sweeper on the boundary. Let's come Henry bowls, and she hit this high in the air down towards long on. I don't think she get enough of it, but it bunks before the fielder circling around from long on. They are back for 2, and 2 more to the West Indies total, taking it up to 108 for 4. Claxton is on 11. Henry is on 24 from 19. Claxton 11 from 17. Remind you, England made 108 for 4. 79 needed. She bowls to Henry off the back foot, and she found the gap. That's a good shot. It runs away down towards the cover boundary for 4. 4 more to Henry, pushing up now to 28 from 20 deliveries. And West Indies 112 for 4. 75 needed from 19 deliveries. 1 delivery to come in over number 17. This over have gone for 11 runs so far. It's probably 9 runs, sorry. 9 runs thus far. It's probably the more. Well, her previous 3 overs went for 9 runs. So we have doubled her runs, comes in, bowls to Henry, and Henry hit this high in the air. She got the distance. It got height. But I don't know if it got the distance. It dropped and go for 4. The field on the deep mid-wicket boundary is that Gibson this time. And she dropped it and it went for 4. It didn't have the distance. It had the height. But Gibson was unable to hold on to it, and it bunks off her hands into the boundary for 4. 116 for 4. Henry is on 32. So big shot there by Henry as Gibson comes across, and she got an hand to it, but she was unable to catch it, and it goes into the boundary for 4. So probably somebody have just told her that she need to push on and get as many as we can. So Charlie Dean, the captain, comes back into the attack to bowl her final over. This is the over number 18 of the West Indies innings. 71 needed from 18 deliveries. Winning is out of it, but we need to try and get up to 150 to restrict the damage and the net run rate. Charlie Dean round the wicket to Glasgow, and she swings and missed, and importantly the keeper missed too, and it runs away for 4 by. 120 now for 4. It was outside the half stump. She swings and she missed. The keeper missed it too, and it goes away for 4 by. I'm just wondering, what is it about the West Indies batters why when they are batting, there's so many extras? What is it that they are doing? Why the keepers cannot collect the ball? Deans to Glasgow, and off the back foot, she cannot beat backward point. As that it's the same feel. It's the ring of 4, and then you have the long on and the long off, the deep backward square leg, and the deep mid wicket. So it's the same ring of 4. So we're going to watch now as she comes in, bowls to Glasgow, and Glasgow plays a good, not Glasgow, Claxton plays a good looking shot, coming on the front foot and pressing it down to the field, that deep mid wicket for a single. Yeah, man, play those shots. That's the thing now. I keep on repeating it. And I'm going to repeat it until they get it, because they have to get it. Play the good ball for a single down the ground into the gap. And when you get the bad ball, you hit them away. You don't have to be manufacturing shot. Henry drives wide of long off, who circle to her left, picks up, sends the return in. She was sent back by Claxton. So she moves up to 33 from 22. Claxton is on 16 from 30. West Indies 122 for 4 in over number 18. 2 deliveries to come. These 2 have brought up the 50-run partnership. 53 and 48 deliveries as she comes in. She bowls to Claxton, who's down the pitch, and she beat the gap in the inner circle. Good shot, 4 runs. She just held her shape there. She didn't try to hit the ball too hard. And I'm going to repeat it again until they get it. That's how they need to bat. She was down the pitch. Look at her head over the ball. She looks at the ball. It wasn't a wild swing. It was a swim in the Atlantic Ocean, as Jamor Small saying. It was a good, proper, proper cricketing shot for 4. And probably if the English never start laughing at her, she wouldn't decide to bat properly. Here is Charlie Dean, bowls to her, taken on the pad. This is very close. It balloon out into the offside, and there is no run. 18 overs gone, 126 for 4. West Indies needs 61 runs from 12 deliveries. You know, so, and I'm going to say it. They must stop trying to manufacture shots. Those scoop shot that they are playing, those reverse sweep that they are trying to play and so on, they have not mastered it as yet. Nothing wrong with having the ambition to play those shots, but work on them harder in training, master it in training before you come out in the middle and try to do it. That's why the English were laughing at her, because they know that the position that she was taking up, she could not play those shots taking up those positions. For the time being, what they need to do is to hit the good ball down the ground, pick up the singer, and make sure that when the bad balls come along, they put it away. Hit the good balls, run hard, get to where you can get to, and then the power hitters will swing away the ball as Henry off the back foot slap this down wide of cover, who's just moves smoothly to her right, picks up, and there's a single, 127 for 4. We really need to get to 150. 150 for 4, with them teeth, Matthews and Stefan Taylor not batting. It's not a bad score. It's not a bad score. So 127 for 4. So it's the same field. This time the sweeper is on the cover boundary. Slower delivery, and she waited on it. That's nice. And she played it down to the field and the cover boundary for a singer. She picked the gap. She makes sure that she just move the wrists and get the wrist to guide the ball into the gap between the backward point and the cover, and get the ball, the extra cover, and so get the ball down to the sweep on the cover boundary. So you know the field by now, the short fine leg, the deep mid wicket, the long off, wide delivery. Henry allows it to go through. The score goes up by 1 to 129 now for 4, with 1 over to come after this one. So 129 for 4. So let's watch now. Bell comes in, bowls to Henry. And Henry swings a slower delivery down to deep backward square leg. The fielder comes around. They should come back for 2. Yes, they are on their way. The return comes in and they get 2. She didn't slide the bat. She just put it down 2 more to Henry. So she's swinging away, but she's not really getting it out of the middle of the bat. So West Indies just gradually inching towards that 150. If we can get 150, and at the end of the day, it's 150 for 4. It's not so bad. 131 for 4. Slower delivery, and Henry slapped it down to long off for a singer. So the score goes up by 1 to 132 for 4. 2 deliveries to come in over number 19. Henry is on 37 from 25, and Claxton is on 21 from 33. These are. So let's watch Bell as she comes in now. Bows to Claxton, who use her feet and hit it in the air to cover point, and she walks off for 21. 33 deliveries. Caught at cover point off the bowling of Bell. Slower delivery. West Indies lost their 5th wicket. I was really hoping we did not lose anymore. So 5 wicket gone down. 132 for 5 West Indies. Yeah, so I don't understand that comment, Mervyn Allen. When you talk now, I see everybody bowling straight to our batters. The match before this, Haley got bowled by a straight ball trying to cut it. I wonder if the coaches realized it. I don't know, Yeah, I don't know. Manor Park, you still don't answer the question, so I won't, Then forget the basics, said Mervyn Allen. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah. Too much dot balls, that is the problem. Yeah. And The dot balls are coming around because the players are trying to manufacture shots that are not on. And if they just play the simple basic shots and pick up the one or two, they will get the bad balls and then they will be able to hit the bad ball away. Another single there to Elaine. So she's off the mark right away. She will keep the strike. It's 133 for 5. And that has to be coming into the coach, because I keep on telling him, and every time I think that they are getting over it, you see it again. And when they bat properly, you see the big difference when they bat properly. Ease the good ball into the gaps. There's a lot of gaps out there, especially on the onside. Ease the ball into the gap. The bowlers are not robot. They're going to bowl bad balls. You hit away those balls. So it was a simple, straightforward dismissal. Oh, 133 as is Simit to bowl the last over, and Alain deep in her crease, and she just eased it into the onside and say, over to you, Chinel Henry. You are the one that has been batting a long time. So it's 134 for 5. 134 for 5. Simit comes in, bowls to Henry. I think she connects, and yes, she does. She connects, and it goes over deep mid-wicket for 6. She moves up now to 43 from 26 deliveries. Is that Shane Dietz on her phone, on his phone? Are the coaches now allowed to carry phone to cricket? Is it a violation of the ICC code, or has there been a change? So 6 runs there by Chinel Henry. She moves up to 43. Simit to Henry. Back of a length. She pulls. She doesn't get the elevation this time. It's to the right of the fielder. Will they come back for 2? She's coming back. Elaine is coming back for 2. And she got there comfortable. Henry moves up to 45. She's looking to squeeze a 50 out of this, 142 now for 5 West Indies. So Henry is looking to squeeze a 50 out of this. Let's see what will happen now. As Simit, she comes in, bowls to Henry, and Henry hit it hard back to the bowler who drops it. Oh, that hit it hard. I hope she has not injured herself, but that was hit hard back to her. I don't think she got a hand on it, I think it hit her wrist. Let's watch. Oh, yeah, she got onto it, but she couldn't hold it. It's fire. It was like fire. It was really hit back hard to her. Comes in, bowls to Henry, and she back off a length, and she swung it away over deep mid-wicket for another 651 for her. Well played, Henry. West Indies move up to 148 for 5. With 1 delivery to come. So she's on 51 from 29 deliveries, 148 for 5. And that's the point. When are they going to get it in their head? So just hit the good ball for a singer and you will get those bad balls. When are they going to get it? Oh no, we don't see a scoop or anything from that, like from Henry and West Indies finish at 148 for 5. So Henry made 51. That's the end of the West Indies innings. Finish at 148 for 5. And so we lost by 38 runs. England winning by 38 runs and qualify for the semi-finals of the World Cup. I think, though, although we lost the game, I think that we will still qualify. 38 runs is not a big defeat to flip the net run rate in any significant way, So I really think that we will still be in second position, and I don't see New Zealand playing well enough to beat England. And I don't think England is going to sell the match, because you don't want to lose a match before the semi-finals. Yeah, TV and cricket power play. Welcome, man. Good to have you here. Maybe West Indies plan to not get bowled out, but get to 140 or more. That will put us in the semi, and Taylor will get some rest for the playoff. Thank you for your comments. The man they call Elton Tucker from over there in Florida. Appreciate your comment much, and I agree with what you are saying. You know, if you want to watch cricket, the cricket that is coming out of Florida, you have to subscribe to TV and Cricket Power Play and watch the cricket coming out of Florida. Stevie Wonder is the coach, said Mervyn Allen. Banana Brooks said, job done, England. We should consider Henry opening the bat for the West Indies. She played 1 innings for the West Indies in probably out of 10. And we're ready to put her to open. We want more of this from Henry because she's a world-class player. Henry needs to deliver with the bat and she needs to deliver with the ball. You know, because she is a world-class player. She has done it in the WPL. She has done it in franchise cricket around the world. She has a big contract for the 100. I think it's $100,000 contract or something like that, or 130, something like that. So she is capable of doing so. She needs to do it more often for the West Indies. She bowled, well, look at it. Against Sri Lanka, she bowled well and batted badly. Against England today, her bowling was terrible, absolutely terrible. And now she come and give you an innings. We want Henry to be putting good games together if West Indies is going to win this tournament, because we have the players to win this tournament. You know, the team lacks depth. It lacks complete depth. But when Argentina won the World Cup in 1986, it was basically Maradona alone. You know, but you just have some people can hold their own. What you need players like Glasgow and Claxton to do is to be great in the field, and when they are batting, they keep the batting basic. Look at what Alia Lane did there. She came out, 2 deliveries, and she got 2 singles. Alia Lane can hit the ball harder than Glasgow and Claxton. She can. But what she did, she no bother doing no fancy shots. She say, all right, Henry, you are here. Bop in the gap, take the strike. When are we going to reach there? Manapa, good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Banana Brooks. You're saying that to drop Ramharack for another batter. But who's the batter you're going to bring in? I do not have a problem with that, you know, Manapa alone, and I agree with you now. But I still maintain the fact that you're a liar, because you cannot prove to us that Ishmael bowled 130K. You think you're living in the past where you can just say some things and those persons who you say to gobble it up. You cannot provide the receipt. I ask you when and where and who you did it against, and you still can't provide the receipt for that. So you are a liar until you can provide the receipt. But this point that you made here is a very good point, that is something that to be considered. But who are the batters down there? Zadia James, Manny Mangru, Shanisha Hector. I keep on missing one person, you know. Keep on missing one person. I always naming 14 and missing, and keep on missing one person. So Shanisha Hector, Zada James, Manny Mangru, whosoever the other person. Why I'm not remember? Always come up with 4 and miss out 1. You know, but always come up with the 14 and missing the 15. But I think just give me a minute here. I can tell you who is the player I am missing out. I soon tell you who is the 15 player I'm missing out. West Indies Women World Cup squad. General Glasgow, Shanisha Hector, Quiana Joseph. Quiana Joseph is the player I'm missing out. There's a full West Indies squad that is down there. It's hard to play Quiana Joseph because everybody work her out and she's a liability in the field. They work her out. Do you play Zadia James? Or do you play Shanisha Hector and said, well, Shanisha Hector can hit away a few balls. She you know, we all know that Ramharack is a walking wicket, although she make 100 in a match in Trinidad the other day. But we all know that she's a walking wicket. So do we do that? Because with the evolution of Ashmini Munisar and clearly Ramharack has not been bowling well for the past 6 months. And she admitted it yesterday that she has not been bowling well. She did in that interview. Is it now time that we said, all right, we have Munisar, Fletcher, Matthews. We have Alain and Edry. And if anything, we can turn to Dottin if we need to bowl her over. Or is it that we cannot trust Henry, so we have to have that backup bowler in Ramharack? But then why don't go at Hector, who can give you more runs? Because Hector is not bowling worse than Ramharack at this time. So I would go with Hector. I do not have an issue with that comment about leaving out Ramharack. Yeah, we we could beat them. Yeah. Mervyn Alain, would you like to expand on your thoughts? Yeah, we are Sky Juice. There were too many dot balls, and I explained why there were too many dot balls already. Michael Douglas, you need to know when not to say anything in a boss. You have to know when not to say anything. Yeah, man, you need to know when not to say anything, right? Yeah. You know, you have to know when not to say anything. All right? Yeah. I said, but you can't too trust the speed. Well, sure. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, 53 dot balls is far too many. We won't make it. If we limit those down to 35, you know, and if you limit those down to 35, there's 18 more runs. When you had 18, it's just 20 to win. And if you say that out of that, you would have hit 2 of those balls for 6 and 2 of those and 3 of those balls for 4, you have gotten 10, you'd have gotten 19 more runs, eh? And yeah. So 53 dot balls, you know, don't cut it, you know. All right, so thank everyone for tuning in. But Michael, you have to know when not to comment, you know, man. You have to know when not to comment. All right. I think Claxton trying too many. Yeah, yes, Jamor Small. That's what we said. She just need to play some basic shots. I agree with you, Jamor Small. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful afternoon and see you tomorrow for the start of the test match. Yes, we're going to do a watch along for the first session, at least the first session. Manor Park, Lona, that's why, you know, Michael Douglas bail you off the hook, you know, and no, you can, but you didn't know, you just choose to say that because you didn't know when and where. And I don't even know, probably Michael Douglas, him probably just saying that because probably something clicking in him head. But him need to know when him need to make a post and when not to make it, you know? All right. Take care of yourself. Good banter, Manor Park, Lona. All the best. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones.